I just want to give you a little walk around of my rig. This is my daily driver. It's a 2007 Toyota 4Runner V8. And I just wanted to give you a little short video on the modifications that I've done to it and also what I plan to do. I've actually had a few of these 4Runners, a few of the third gens as well, Tacomas, like my Toyotas. But this one is, I think my favorite out of all of them. I've had it for about 2.5 years and done some modifications to it. So I'll kind of walk you around and take you through those. But overall, love the truck, super reliable, super dependable, and always capable, whether it's towing or I've gone off-road with it a few times, and it never disappoints. So I'll get right into it. Here's the truck, and here's the first mod. There's basically no engine mods at all, but I'll pop the hood here and show you the one thing I did do. Because these trucks, as you might know, do have one sort of flaw to them, and that's the exhaust manifolds. They crack, and then you get that kind of ticking noise. So I don't know if you can see it down there, but it has the Doug Thorley headers. So I put those on. They're good for I think it's about a 30 horsepower gain. So it's noticeable, which is nice, the bump in horsepower. It also gives it a nice deep throaty sound. So I also added high flow cats and a MagnaFlow muffler, and then just did a tip at the back. So it's got a nice throaty sound, but it's not too much, and it's not excessively loud inside the vehicle when you're driving either. Suspension wise, this truck came with the xreas suspension, which again, a bit of a flaw with those is that eventually those systems fail. It's basically like a valved system that connects all four corners of the vehicle to stabilize in the corners. And the idea was there, but eventually that stuff fails in the long run. So what a lot of guys do, and what I did, was I just replaced the xreas suspension with a regular strut in the front, and then a spacer up front to give it a bit of lift. And then I went with the OME 895E springs in the back, which you probably won't be able to see, not much to see, but just a black coil spring. And those are the stiff ones, so they're rated for heavier weight, which is nice because it prevents the sag in the back. And I tow a trailer from time to time, and so it's nice because it can take more weight. I also added airbags to the inside of the coil, and what I did was, I'll just show you here, I just ran the air line up from both airbags, and I just put the Schrader valve right there. And just a really simple setup, but it makes a big difference when you're towing a vehicle. I haven't had to use it much since I put these springs in, because the heavier springs do a pretty good job. I'm not towing anything too crazy. I think the heaviest thing I've towed is a tandem axle car trailer with a little Suzuki Samurai on it. So anyways, they do a great job. Love the springs, highly recommend them. My plan with the suspension is to go with the Fox 2.0 coilovers in the front, and then the Fox 2.0 shock in the rear, and just keep the OME spring in the rear. So if you guys have run that suspension setup, or if you're really happy with another suspension setup that you've run in one of these 4th gen 4Runners, let me know. I'd be definitely interested in knowing what you guys think, and what you're running in your trucks, and how that's working for you. Brings us to the next mod, which is the wheels and tires. And I went with the SCS Ray 10s in a 17:9 with a -38 offset, and I love these wheels. I'm a huge fan of them. I like so they're in a matte bronze, and I really like the matte bronze on the black. I think it just goes really well with it, and the finish is great. I love the quality. It seems to be great quality, the wheel, and the 38 offset is nice because I didn't want to run a spacer, so ideally I just kind of wanted to eliminate the spacer, which I had on the factory rims before this, but with these lower offsets, it's kind of nice because I can run it without the spacer. And I went with the Yokohama Geolander mud terrains, which are only a few months old, and they're in a 285/70/17, so nothing too crazy aggressive. It's basically a 33-inch tire, and I did do a front body chop, or sorry, a chop on the body mount to create a little more space for turning. I put some new brakes, calipers up front, and painted the caliper red. Just thought it'd kind of look nice behind the bronze wheel. And I went with a coated rotor just so that it didn't get all rusty and kind of kept a nice finish on the rotor. That's about it for the outside. Added some TRD stickers just because I thought they looked cool, and I like the TRD model. I took the limited badges off. I did a 20% 3M window film on the two front windows just to match the back. Nothing too crazy, but it's nice for a little privacy, and that's something that we do in-house here. And then I just added this rooftop cargo carrier that actually my parents had it kicking around, and it's just super convenient. I might change the setup eventually, but for right now it's just super convenient when I go away on road trips or for the weekend. It's nice to be able to put all the luggage up top, and then I can get the family in there and the dog in the back and everything, and there's lots of room. It basically holds all of our luggage. It's just a no-name brand. I don't even know what brand it is, but it gets the job done, and it's lockable, so it works well. So I have a Pioneer SPH DA120 head unit, and I'll just fire it up here. So it's a great deck, really like it. It's got Bluetooth, of course, and Apple CarPlay. Although it is wired, that's the only thing I might consider getting in the future, is a deck that can support the wireless Apple CarPlay. And down here, I put in a double USB port in lieu of the cigarette lighter power outlet that comes stock on these. So I basically just use the same, it's on the same circuit, just use the positive and negative there. So a quick, easy mod, just kind of trimmed out the plastic. And it also has the voltmeter in there as well to read the battery voltage. So the lighting is pretty much unchanged. I just added some HIDs to the factory projector headlights, and they work really well. They have a nice, I think they're like a 5000K. They have a nice bluish tinge to them. The rear just has the factory LED tail lights, which I really like. I didn't really see a need to change them. And then I just added an LED reverse light, so it's a little bit brighter. And then I put in LED license plate bulbs and a full complement of LED interior lights, just so they're brighter and a little more efficient. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. More mods to come, more off-roading adventures. Crush the like button, and we'll see you on the trails soon.